equivocate
You don't
because
have
you
to deal
have
with
to
the
vote.
reality. You can just simply stand
And isn't
up
that what
there
I
and
said?
pontificate.
You don't know how it really works.
Everything you
Kristen.
said tonight, I agree with you, and things I've said about the state legislature being the most powerful legislative branch, and they ought to take that again. I've said that what Scalia said to me, that the most powerful Supreme Court ought to be the state Supreme Court, not the federal Supreme Court.
It doesn't matter, but
I
the
pushed for
spending
the
is
limit.
in your hands. It is in the House
And we did it.
alone.
We've done it.
Okay, so why are you funding the EPA?
Why are we funding the EPA?
Yes,
Because
they're
we-
unconstitutional.
Well, bottom line, the president has
Homeland
the
Security.
funding already.
No,
He does.
so take it away.
The people have said.
So defund it.
Okay, how do you do that?
Madison said you
How
alone
did
can.
it work? How did it work when
Uh-huh.
we defunded it? When we shut government down in 2013, what happened?
You
What
sought
were you saying on
permission
your
from-
radio station?
you-
Pontificating and posturing perfection. Perfection. How were you pontificating on that when the government was shut down and the only ones defending your freedoms were losing points
See,
to
here's
your
the-
people
So
that you're going to
here's-
educate by one
You're
program?
equivocating based on morality. You're asking me to allow you to be immoral and to spend on things that are not constitutional. I will never give you permission to be immoral. It is immoral to fund the EPA because it is not a constitutional authority.
We have the authority to fund anything we want to.
Oh my
By the vote of the
goodness.
people.
No, you do not.
By the vote of the
You
people,
only
we do.
have the authority to fund things that have been delegated
We-
to the United States
I agree with
government
you on
through the
that,
Constitution.
but you don't
So
have.
then how can you
don't
fund
have
anything?
You don't have 218 members in the House.
Oh, because now we're equivocating. We're a democracy based on majority vote in the House now? Is that how that works?
Well, it
Now,
is.
so you're telling me that
Reality.
the House of Representatives,
Reality.
so the House of
Reality.
Representatives can amend the Constitution by a vote? Is that what you're telling me?
By the vote of the people putting Congress in office.
So I'm sorry, that is unconstitutional because the
That's the
only
only way
way,
people go to Congress.
it's the only,
By the vote of people.
Article 5 is
You're
the
not
only
going to win on
way,
this one.
the only
You're
way,
not going to win on this one.
well, of course not, because you
Of course
refuse
not.
to see the
You
truth.
refuse to see the truth of the Constitution.
No, the Constitution says
I've
you
got to go. We're
alone.
not going to get into this.
Uh-huh. You just told
You
these
just-
people that you can vote for anything to fund anything.
No, I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't say
Check
that.
the tape. He
Check
said
that.
you can vote
I said Congress
anything.
can vote anything in that they want to.
Uh-huh.
And I may not agree with it, and
No,
I
they
vote
cannot.
against it.
So what is the limit of Congress if they can
Your
vote anything?
semantics are accurate in semantics, but in reality, I deal with
See,
the
once
Congress.
again, we're
I-
dealing with
I-
the Congress amending the Constitution.
Listen to what I said. I agree with everything she said,
Right.
except in practical function
too
in the
close.
Congress we have now that she's let become Congress. It doesn't work that way.
So you admit that Congress has violated the Constitution by its own choice, and it is completely
I agree.
unlimited by vote.
I agree that Congress has violated over years. the
But you're
Constitution.
telling us that they
But the
have
people
the
have put people
authority,
in.
singular authority
They
to
have,
vote
they have
and
the
change
authority.
the Constitution.
They have the authority given by the people.
No, the people do not have authority to allow you to vote changes in the Constitution. That's why we have Article 5.
Listen, thank you for coming.
You have no
Thank you for coming.
right to fund the EPA.
You have no right to come here and say that without even knowing my voting record.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because you could care less.
Did you vote to fund the EPA?
Number one most conservative member in Michigan delegation, 30
Did you
by
vote
all.
to fund the EPA?
I did not.
So you did not vote for the last
I
budget?
did not.
You voted against the last budget?
We didn't have a budget. We have not passed a budget.
Which is
If you were
also
watching-
unconstitutional.
If you were watching.
Which is also
But it takes
unconstitutional.
218 votes to pass it, KrisAnne.
But because you're not operating constitutionally.
Hey, listen.
You just told
Love
us.
your life.
You just told us that Congress can vote for anything. See, that is the problem. When we have people elected in Congress who say they have no limits on their authority, he looked at us and said, Congress by 218 votes can vote anything. Anything. And we wonder why. We wonder why this government is completely out of control. Because we got people like that who tell you, oh, it practically doesn't work that way. This is the Constitution, but you don't understand reality, KrisAnne. That's the problem, and that's why the federal government is completely and totally broken. When you got people who are rated so high on the Constitution, who can look us in the face and say, guess what? By 218, we can change the Constitution. That is sick.
Thank you, Chris.